It is showtime!
Good morning, and yes, it is showtime. I'm so happy to tell y'all that Sheriff Anna Franklin's here with us this morning. She ain't scared. She says, I'll answer any question. We're headed over to JC
We'll have a call-in show.
Let's do.
We'll have a call-in show. Everybody in Decatur, Daly, and Morgan County will call us this morning. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM on a live Wednesday morning before the supposed storm takes over. Carlos is cooking this morning. Carlos cooking? What are you cooking, Carlos?
We're doing a Mexican sandwich today. Mexican, you can say it.
Is that refried beans?
Yes.
All right. It'll be a blowout in the old neighborhood tonight.
Love refried beans.
Dee, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Live from Augusta.
From Augusta, yeah. We survived.
And Anna Franklin, Sheriff of Morgan County, I ain't heard nothing about you in the news.
I'm trying to keep quiet.
I ain't heard nothing about you in the news in the last minute or two.
That's right. It'll happen this morning.
All right, we'll talk to that. It's got a rodeo coming up this weekend over on set 2. Got our cowgirl in here, Larry Berzette in here with a gun. Gloria's got a special guest.
With a gun.
Yeah,
that's right.
We got security
with us this morning.
And Don, you're just up here filling a seat. And you're going to eat plenty of refried beans this morning. Yeah, everything good to go.
He's not scared.
We'll have a shouting contest for it. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, yesterday, Zack's back with sports this morning. Yesterday, I had the Methodist, the Church of Christ, Epic Church, and then we Southern Baptist. So we had a full house yesterday going on. Carlos, I got to tell you, all you 83 members of the choir at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church put on a superb show. We celebrated Dusty McLemore's 25th.
It was a blessing.
That was a truly, wait till we get the, Daniel did a great job putting that together. We'll have that video for you coming up here soon. Hopefully they'll run some of that this Sunday in their service time. Then we'll run a special on that coming up. I may have to take a few days off just to get the video on, Roy. I don't like to get overworked or nothing. This portion show brought to you by Hometown Market, where Carlos got every bit of this stuff.
Yes, sir. Last night went there and just, why go anywhere else?
That's right. There's 5 locations, one near you. Gloria will have the specials for you coming up in just a moment. Let's get this party started. Here's a special weather forecast.
Actually, a serious weather forecast. You've already heard many of the schools are already closed, most of them anyway. Governor has issued a state of emergency. We do have severe weather in the forecast for today. Looks like possibly some of that may miss us in Athens, but don't take my word for that by no means. We're talking about tornadoes possible. 57 degrees out there this morning. It's clear. It's fine right now. It feels good. Hurry up and get everything you need to do while the kids are still asleep and make those arrangements since there is no school on many of the schools throughout the valley this morning. High temperatures today of 77 with that warm weather and that heat. Of course, they're saying this could be as strong as it was in 1974, so definitely stay weather alert today. That is a huge statement, and they're making it. So, and there's going to be all-day storms, so just if one passes, don't think that's it. There's going to be more to follow. Tomorrow, high temperatures of only 61, 39 for that low, so the cooler temperatures definitely moving on in. That should be it for the year, though. Last cold front, then starts to warm up, and spring is sticking around 78 by Monday.
Oh, this is one more.
Anna, I know Dr. Alan Cole raised this portion of the program. The outside shot will be spot with them tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
I stand corrected. Roy just said, nope, there's one more cold front. This is dogwood than blackberry.
Now, Anna, I know a lot of schools are closed today. Is the Morgan County Sheriff's Department open today?
We're
24/7.
We work when y'all play. That's why it is.
We're going to talk to Sheriff Franklin in just a moment.
Thank God you do.
A lot of things happening this weekend. Hope you're hungry.
Yeah.
Roy, thanks for the lotion.
You're welcome.
Jamie gets it by the barrel.
I thought it was antifreeze. I didn't know what was going on.
We're going to play an abbreviated version in just a little bit of Judge Jamie this morning because they had to hurry to get out of here this morning, so we'll talk to them in just a second too. So first off, let's just do sports with Zack.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by KFC, the best fried chicken in Athens and Limestone County. Also go to Herbs & More for any of your healthcare needs. Go see Abby for the manager special. Big thing in sports yesterday was Tony Romo. A lot of people, he got released, and a lot of people thought he still wanted to play, but when CBS offers you big bucks to be the #1 guy with Jim Nance, you retire, buddy. So congratulations to Tony Romo for a great career with the Cowboys, and now he's off to CBS and he won't get hit anymore. so he'll stay here.
Don't blame them a bit.
Can you walk in the booth without falling down?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Coach Legg kept arguing with me all day yesterday. Coach Legg, he made the right move.
Hey, didn't he used to date, what's her name?
Jessica
Dukes of
Simpson.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, remember her?
Yeah,
in them high heels, them little
He's got a
Daisy
nice.
Dukes?
His wife right now is not too bad looking.
Hard to forget.
Armand, Alabama loses another basketball player. We've done lost 3 since the end of the year. Armand Davis announced he is transferring out of Alabama. So good luck wherever he's going.
Loser.
We had some big news for the boys and girls yesterday in basketball. Mr. Basketball again for the second year in a row was John Petty from May Jemison, who is going to the University of Alabama. Congratulations to Kristen Brown from Tanner, who's a very good basketball player. She was 2A Girls Player of the Year. And then Lauderdale County, Allie Craig Cruz was 3A Girls Player of the Year. So congratulations all of them. Jamie, back to you.
Hey, when's Auburn Spring Day? Like in
There's Saturday.
This Saturday?
This
Is
Saturday.
it on TV?
It's on TV, SEC Network, according to Brad.
When's all the good games start?
We're 22nd.
Oh, 22nd, okay.
22nd, 2 weeks.
I don't even know if we'll do any pictures today. Let's just kind of skip over that.
You've got a full
We'll hold
house.
those for tomorrow. I got a bunch of pictures to share about me over the weekend. I was in a lot of different places.
Doesn't shock anyone.
Yeah, but the 101-year-old woman, Miss Martin, was
Yes,
one of my favorites. So
Bernice
it doesn't
Martin.
deal the other day.
Martin.
Knew me as soon as I got out of the truck.
She did. She is
watched me
a
100 years.
faithful viewer every time you're on.
Hello, Miss Martin. Hope you watch again this morning. Because everybody's kind of in a hurry today, not me, but them, and so I'm going to do it up. Y'all play Judge Jamie for you. 2 gals.
That's a first for
What?
him.
Got to get my official lead-in music.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm going to ask y'all a few simple questions. I've abbreviated the version today. Sheriff, you know how to play this. Wrong answer. Right answer. Now, we used to play for Bama sausages because my hometown New York was Bama before the Yankees burned it down. But now, because of a good friend of mine who was up here today, and only Sheriff Blakely knew what these were as soon as he saw
By
the
the
can.
color of the can.
Roast pork brains with milk gravy. He actually eats that stuff, man. All right, so y'all don't have numbers this morning, so we'll just kind of, we're going Facebook Live this morning?
We shall.
That's not good.
3, 2.
All right, let me give one of my favorite sheriffs in the whole world is up here this morning live at right now 8 after 6. Sheriff Anna Franklin from Morgan County, Alabama. We'll talk to her in just a second. Right now, for
She's
some
got
questions.
some good-looking boots.
What did the Pink Diamond set a record for when it sold at auction last night?
Number of carats.
The Pink Diamond, that's what it's known as.
$10 million.
It is let me show y'all right here, 59.6 carat diamond.
Wow.
Number of carats. 62 million.
Bigger than anyone you've ever confiscated.
No doubt. No doubt.
$71 million.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
the largest, flawless, fancy, vivid pink diamond ever graded.
I was going to get it for Gwen, but it's a little out of
Well, I know. Hey, you keep digging
It's
out
the
there to
thought
the
that
creek. You might
counts.
find
It's
one,
the
you know?
thought that
Life's
counts.
good on the creek.
He only Roy, because he knows about people, as they age and everything, because he sells all these products down there. All right, between 1980 and 2010, how many people were over 100 years old in the United States?
Between what years?
80 and 10.
2,000.
Less than
2000?
1%.
It was an increase of 66%.
There you go.
Increase.
53,360
That's a
folks.
lot.
Really?
That's a
In the
lot.
year 2050, some of us might not be here. Ain't calling no
Roy
names,
will.
nothing,
Roy
Don,
will.
but
Tell them I'm going for 120. Hang around and say.
how many across the globe do they expect to be over 100 years old?
Well, me.
102,000.
$1 million.
Several up here.
3.7 million. That reason is
Because they take
because they
nutritional
visit
health care
Herbs,
products.
they go to Herbs and More and visit their website and take advantage of the first Monday of the month.
Say 15 to 30%.
Record breaker, by the way.
That's what Abby said yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What is known as, you law enforcement people may know this, I don't know if you've ever busted anybody for this, dairy crack.
It's crack made from
This is a new one, Anna. This
That is
is
the
a-
right answer, Roy.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Look,
Velveeta cheese is known as cherry crack. Y'all know this is not real stuff.
Yes, we do.
Processed.
It's chemicals.
It's chemical.
Why is it dairy
Here's
crack?
a
He's about to
cheddar
tell you.
cheese has the most concentrated amounts of cheese protein in a grocery store. It can pack more calories than Coca-Cola and a pack of potato chips.
I guess if you have Coke, chips, and cheddar cheese, you're in trouble.
Serious
Big
trouble.
doo-doo. 149 calories, 1 cup of milk delivers more energy than a can of sugary sodas.
And protein. 8 grams of protein per glass.
8 grams.
Okay, here's the real question. Now, even y'all would know this answer, cheese eaters.
Cheese eaters.
We will not be cutting the cheese up here today unless, well, I don't know.
Well,
Carlos has
that's just
certainly
saying.
got a lot of beans over there. I love refrieds. Americans overall consumed how much cheese per pound in 1970?
31 pounds.
11 pounds.
11.
In 2015, how much cheese was consumed per person?
41 pounds.
I'll let you have it. 35 pounds. So if any of y'all stopped up out there, you know why. All right. Out of
Roy
USA
has
Today
something
this
for
morning,
that.
pay attention, I know all this morning.
It's called regular.
In Milwaukee, the home of Milwaukee's best, they're putting up cell phone towers in rural Wisconsin. What are they using to get the equipment there?
Drones.
Horse-drawn carriages. and the
Horse-drawn
Amish.
carriages with draft horses is the correct
Gonna
answer.
say mules.
2,000-pound horses would
Wow.
be the correct answer.
Big horses.
All right, here we go. How many companies have pulled ads from Bill O'Reilly's show at night due to sexual harassment?
5.
6.
15.
22.
Ooh.
They're all transferring their advertising to Cooper & Company in Athens, Alabama.
All right.
Well, take it.
Therefore, they can be a multi-gazillionaire.
Which is why you can buy the pink diamond.
Because I've not
That's an
sexual harassed.
excellent
I've not
idea.
sexual
I'm trying to
harassed
help you out.
anybody because my daughter and wife work here.
Well, that's nice
You've
to
got
know.
to cut down on that.
Yeah, and granddaughter. So oh, here
You're good.
we go. In the Everglades, going on right now. There's a big hunt down there. What is it?
Alligator hunt.
Wrong.
No.
Burmese python hunting. Right
Did you
now.
see
They
this?
just captured one yesterday.
You know how much they pay them for? You got that question? $8 an hour.
It's paid, they're paid minimum.
Look at
This is
that.
what they call it
There's
yesterday.
no way I'm doing that for $8 an hour.
15 feet long, 144 pounds. They pay them $8 a day. Plus, Zack, there's a bonus, $50 per up to 4 feet.
$8
$8
a day?
or an hour?
$8 an hour.
An hour. Okay.
I seen one of them down the creek.
$50 payment.
There you go.
They got
Jay.
60 days to get there. I am. I found one in our backyard.
They got nothing on
How
you.
many Burmese pythons have they?
Oh.
The way this works, guys, I ask questions and y'all think I know an answer.
Holler it out.
About how many Burmese pythons have they pulled out of the Everglades since 2002?
20,000.
2,000.
2,000.
Wow.
Since ain't nobody over here been real smart this morning, I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to redeem yourself. Last question.
They can't wait to win that grand prize.
What is
Big brain.
black insomnia? It's not a drug.
No new drug. No.
We wouldn't know then, would we?
Black.
It is the world, I'll make it a two-part of it. It's the world's strongest cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did hear
Just
that.
came out
Smart,
to
why
take.
you answer it?
No. I
Well, you
wasn't
can't act
thinking.
smart when you see the picture of it.
I didn't see the picture. I just saw a bit of breaking news I was
How
going
much?
to
What
get.
do you drink? Starbucks?
No. Yeah, that's Starbucks.
What do you do? Buy other coffee, pour it in there?
No, that's Starbucks.
Drink Starbucks? Huh?
I've
He
got the
refills
stuff
it.
that just took the place of
Now, this
the.
ain't the sex coffee.
Not the bull. The
No. It's called
You know what was called that?
What? Stiff bull.
Death Wish was what it. Well, I've got some of Death Wish.
There's this coffee out. I'll go back to it. We tried to become a
Called
distributor
Stiff
of me and
Bull.
Roy.
Not
What's the
really.
name of that coffee?
Stiff
It was
bull.
Viagra, right? Coffee.
Yeah, it was
Stiff
coffee with
bull.
Viagra.
Stiff Bull. That's what it was. We talking about.
Death.
It was.
Gloria remembered.
I'm not making this up. It's called
remember that.
Stiff Bull. If you'd like to be a distributor, contact me or Roy.
That's
today.
right. We'll set
You
you.
drink the
Don't
coffee?
have it yet.
You know what else happens the rest of the day? Okay, well. A 12-ounce serving of this coffee has
I'm not even gonna
702
comment
milligrams of
on
fat.
that.
Don't.
How many more times more powerful is it than that cup you're drinking?
It's probably like 300 more times.
2 times, actually. It's the
I feel like
daily
10.
amount
350.
increase. It can cause heart problems.
No kidding.
You would think.
Heart pounding.
Last
Shocker.
question, friend. How
Thank
much is in a
goodness.
pound? Not stiff bull. That
16
stuff's
ounces?
expensive. What?
How much
You
is
said how much
it
in
a
a pound?
pound?
How much is the
16
coffee a
ounces?
pound?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Probably
say.
40 bucks
How much
a
is
pound.
it?
$19 a pound.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Shoo.
Would y'all like to share
About
these
right.
pork brains with milk gravy on the way to Susie Wiley's show this morning, Larry?
They tried not to win.
All right, we'll take
They
a
did a
break.
good
We'll come back.
job.
We'll talk with Anna, rodeo queen, and Larry over here. We got some questions. Plus, we'll talk about mainly about the rodeos happening this weekend over
That's
in Pricefield.
right.
Y'all, hang on.
Look, Sheriff.
To think that I was having to do something
You would hate
responsible.
to see what?
I know.
I
Having these
am
shirts,
serious.
a 33-year-old guy?
Yeah, I would hate to have thought I operated on somebody when I was 33 years
33
old.
years old. He's just a baby.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the one you operated on when you're 33
You would have hated
years old.
that, no
But he's a
doubt.
doctor. Talking about Dr. Eric Stanford, she couldn't believe that I looked
He was
so
only
professional
33.
and good health and everything, having a knee replaced for 3.5 months ago.
He's a regular Doogie Howser.
Yeah, he is. Dr. Stanford, he's the
Amazing.
man over at
Yes.
Ortho Sports. Anyway, M.A.
Good morning.
Is that what they
Mary
call it?
Ashley.
Mary Ann or M.A.?
Mary Ashley.
Mary Ashley.
Mary
Mary
Ashley.
MA is good for you.
From Cullman, Alabama.
Yes.
So did you ride a horse over here this morning?
No, I took a Chevy.
Okay. Larry, good to see you this morning. I know you're very familiar with Limestone County. You from here?
That's right.
All right, Anna, it's good to have you up here this morning.
It's
Just
great
talk-
to be
first of all,
here,
let's talk
always.
about what you got going on this weekend. What's the schedule?
Well, tomorrow is the best day of the year. It's special needs. And so we start out at 8 o'clock in the morning. We will have about 1,200 plus special needs guests of ours that will be there, young and young at heart. And we have about 500 volunteers that are going to be helping us tomorrow put on the best day of the whole year. And then Friday afternoon kicks off, doors open at 5:30. We have Rodeo Bo Campbell. PCA Rodeo will be in town. 5:30 doors open, 7 o'clock it starts. We're also hosting this year the high school rodeo finals in part of that. So
Really?
Saturday and Sunday will be high school rodeo finals going on. So we just got a little bit going on. And Saturday night will be the grand finale. And Sunday we hope that we pack everybody up and they roll on to the next town. So.
You know, I don't know what it is about that special needs thing, but I've been there when it's been beautiful, and I've been there when you've got to wear a coat.
But it's
And you
never
have to wear a
rained.
coat
We were
tomorrow.
just discussing it.
Listen,
It's never rained.
I always used to pray just for Thursday. It didn't matter what happened the rest of the time. Thursday, let's have a great day. We've never had rain. It's never rained us out, but it has been freezing cold.
It has.
So we moved it to the second week in April, hoping that that'll be better. And this year, we are missing the tornadoes tomorrow, so we're all blessed about that. And my mama told me that God's big enough to give me a whole weekend of good weather if we pray for the whole weekend. So we're going to have perfect rodeo weather for
All right.
everybody.
And
Mary
everyone's
Ashley.
going to behave in Morgan County.
Yes,
starting
please,
now.
please stop the meth madness for the weekend.
We'll talk. What kind of belt buckle you got on there, gal?
This is the belt buckle that I won with the title whenever I received it last year.
And by the way, she
okay.
can ride a horse quite well.
Can you?
Yes.
Now, you give up your title when?
I will give it up Saturday night.
Saturday night. So did you grow up riding horses?
I have. I've always grown up trail riding and everything, and then until I was about 14, I started doing rodeo queening.
What are you, a barrel racer or?
Actually, I like to rope a little, so I'm a little
Get out.
bit team roper. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Get out.
She's the real deal. We got
you
real
can
deal
get him from there,
cowgirls.
couldn't you?
Yeah, a rope.
Yes, I can.
All right, now Larry, what do you do to rope? You just drive them around or what?
I
What's
just
your-
drive them around. You know, everybody's got to have a chauffeur and everything, so
Best
they got
job.
the best looking chauffeur that they can find. And so that's what I do pretty
We have
much.
a hard time getting him to show for the rodeo queens
I was
around.
gonna
He
say the
really
best
hates that
looking.
job.
All right, the rodeo comes this weekend.
People
We'll put
to
it in
host.
just a second, but let me go to something Sheriff Blake was up here talking about the other day. And Larry, you may want to get in on this too. Permits will no longer be required for people to carry a concealed handgun or carry a handgun in a vehicle if a proposed state legislation passes that Danny Crawford, our state legislator, is co-sponsoring House Bill 414. Mike is totally against this. This would eliminate a requirement of a pistol permit.
Yes.
Yes, what?
What sense
Yes,
does that make?
that's what the law is proposing. And I'll tell you, sheriffs across the nation are your biggest Second Amendment right proponents. We totally agree in the right of people to protect themselves. The problem with this law, proposed law, is that no longer will anybody have to have a background check to carry a weapon in their vehicle.
Well, that's bad, ain't it?
What sense does that make?
We really feel like for public safety that you need to be able to have a background check when you are carrying a pistol concealed. We have the least stringent, most open concealed carry anywhere around us. Alabama does. We reciprocate everybody's pistol permits here in Alabama. We're down to, you can be 18 years old and carry a gun concealed and be able to get a permit. For the situation, especially with law enforcement approaching the vehicles, it's just so important for us to be able to do those background checks. Now, one of the things that we've heard is everybody says, oh, well, the criminals will not get a background check anyway. You'd be surprised at how many people come to our office with warrants trying to get a background check and get a permit. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
You don't think crooks are going to get smart all of a sudden, do you?
But the deal is, if you go by that and you say, oh, well, criminals are going to break that law, let's go ahead and do away with every law that's supposed to protect us. I mean, criminals are the ones breaking murder and mayhem and meth labs and all of those things. So it gives us a tool to thwart crime. It gives us the ability to recover stolen weapons. It gives us, as when we approach the vehicle, it makes that approach from a deputy that's out there by themselves in the middle of the night. And that card lets them know that they've had a background check, and the way that they are able to approach our citizens,
and that they're allowed to have that gun.
It's completely different.
Nationally, we hear so much about we got to get rid of guns, and then they're going to put this into effect. It's going to cause more problems, and then they're really going to be pushing to ban our guns.
It's just, it is. When it swings so far the other way, then you're going to get an equal pendulum back, and we're going to see things that I'm afraid is going to backfire on us.
All right, let me change subjects right now. Article this morning in Decatur Daily. I don't know if you've seen it or not yet, but it just talks about your attorneys, and you tell me what you want to do about this. I thank you for showing up this morning because you're never afraid to face the music, but you've gotten a lot of not so good publicity lately.
Well, it just depends on who's doing the publicity. It's a situation throughout the state that needs to be addressed.
Nobody's going hungry in the jail.
No. As a matter of fact, 92% of our inmates that have been incarcerated in the Morgan County Jail for over 90 days have gained weight. So I eat down there all the time, folks. We have great food. Generally during Christmas and Thanksgiving, I'm down there cooking with them. I love to do that. Y'all know I used to be a caterer.
Why we never see any of that on TV?
You know,
nobody's going to share good stuff about Anna.
You should invite us. We'll come over.
It is the way of the world right now. There are some legal issues that need to be addressed, and it's a state law that so many people don't understand. It doesn't sound good on the face of it that sheriffs keep money from the feeding of inmates. It's not like it's being portrayed. There is a state law that allows that to be done, but sheriffs contract with the state of Alabama to feed inmates and to run a kitchen.
Is it legal in Morgan County?
Yes, it is. Now, the thing that was addressed with Sheriff Bartlett back when the corn dog episode happened, Sheriff Bartlett was found, we have a 2001 consent decree, which requires the feeding of inmates correctly. Apparently that wasn't being done back in 2001. When Sheriff Bartlett got into his debacle in 2009, it was due to him violating the 2001 consent decree, or that's what they found him in contempt of. When he violated or was found guilty of contempt, then in order to get out of jail, to purge himself of that, he agreed that he would no longer keep any excess money. That's similar to a fine or fee that's been levied on him for contempt of court.
And you defeated him in the next election.
I defeated him in the next election. The state law has two ways that you can feed inmates in Alabama. The first way is the way that all but 11 counties do, and that is that the sheriff contracts with the state and other municipalities to feed the inmates. The monies are paid directly to the sheriff. The food account is in the sheriff's personal account. We are personally responsible for the feeding of the inmates. If the inmates are not
if you screw
fed,
up, you got to pay it.
That's exactly right.
It comes out of your
It comes
pocket
out of my
if you're
pocket.
out
In
of budget.
2015, I lost $21,000 in the feeding of the inmates. I lost personally that much money. In 2016, I lost over $1,500. So when that money,
Decatur Daily had put that in here.
no,
Shocking.
you're kidding.
No comment.
So what happens is that the law is written to where the sheriffs are personally responsible. If we don't feed correctly, if we don't treat our inmates humanely, if we do not run a constitutional jail, there are remedies for that. And one of the remedies is that you'll go to jail for contempt of court. You will be found guilty of violating someone's civil rights. That's a fail-safe program that makes sure that the sheriffs across the state are treating their inmates correctly. I've never violated the 2001 consent decree, nor have ever not fed inmates correctly in our jail.
Why are you being treated so unfairly?
I don't know that unfairly is a good thing.
just not the whole story
I think that
coming
there's a misunderstanding throughout the public as far as what the law is actually intended to do. I don't think that information is being given to the public correctly. And I think that going through the steps of the legal process to make sure and clarify those things is just something that we have to do. I mean, we live in a country that you get sued all the time. The minute that you take office, you get sued. There's actually a law on the books that people may not know, because I've heard a lot of people say, well,
Why don't you just go ahead and open up about some stuff?
yeah, why don't you sue these people for lying about you? Why don't you sue these awful websites? Why don't you sue, the blogs or whatever?
You're too busy arresting bad people.
We've got a job to do, number one. And number two, it works itself out in court. A lot of people don't realize that of the times that I've been sued, and that's a normal part of our job, unfortunately, but we've never lost a lawsuit. I've never lost a lawsuit, and it's because we try and do things right.
Court when?
We go to court the 14th, and really it's something that needs to be clarified. I think that the language that's done, the misunderstanding of how that was all portrayed, and I don't have a choice as to how that money is handled. The county commissions in the state can adopt a resolution to where they opt to feed and they opt to take that responsibility, but most county commissions across the state, all but 11, do it this way. And it's because of cost-saving measures and the way that the sheriffs can manage that food, and the fact that they are personally responsible makes them more likely to keep their eyes on that.
I don't mean to cut you off, Sheriff. I know you got to go, and I'm running way over
it's
here.
a mess. Thank you. You opened the door. I mean, you opened that.
She's always good to answer our questions.
Again, the rodeos this weekend. What will you be doing this weekend?
I'll be doing a lot of things with the crowd, and mostly I'll be running sponsor flags and doing the American flag.
And available
You
for
running
autographs.
security?
I'm running security. I just try to keep everything on track and keep it going right.
Well, Anna,
good
good luck
job.
next week in court. Good luck
Thank
with the rodeo this weekend.
you.
and
I
thanks for
appreciate
coming
y'all
out.
very much. Y'all come to the rodeo. It'll be a fun night. Everybody will have a good time.
Kick it off tomorrow.
We'll take a break. Wait a minute, I got to go. Berzette, I've changed the name of this. I forgot. Zack's
did.
staying late this morning because Anna's 5 minutes over. But here's the deal.
She's well
Message
deserved.
from above.
Hey, and I got it right this morning. 1 Corinthians 16, 13, 14. Watch, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, let all that you do be done in love.
All right, we'll take a break. Y'all
Good
hang
job,
on.
And we are back on this Wednesday morning. Miss Anna Franklin, Sheriff, has left the building. I'll stay safe this weekend and try to behave. All right, 57 degrees. Keep an eye on the weather today. There's some bad or severe storms that could turn into tornadoes today. We have several storms moving throughout the valley today. High temperatures of 77, low of 45. Tomorrow, after all of the rain and the calm from the storm, are the cooler temperatures. High temperatures around 61, 39. Can you believe it for that low? Royce says, don't get so used to it as I've been saying. This is dogwood. Then we're going to have blackberries. So it's usually around Easter, so maybe it'll come quickly and get out quickly. But come Monday, it's 78 degrees, so just enjoy. Don't forget, Dr. Alan Coleman says call in, get scheduled for the teeth whitening. 774-9020 is their new number.
And let me give y'all some advice today as we take a weather shot outside. If you are seeking weather information today, do not watch us, okay? Turn over on 48 and watch Brad Travis, okay? Don't watch us. We ain't gonna know. Okay, the only way I'm gonna tell you is he sends me a phone alert.
And he sends many. We do have calls that go across the screen. Thank you, Brad. So
coming across,
it's not all that terrible.
You want to get up to date, second to second, call him. All right, Creek King, what's going on in the world of health? Y'all had a good day Monday, first of all.
About twice a year to my bestest friends in the world. That's liquid gold right there.
If y'all are not taking MSM lotion from Herbs and More,
not using
taking it, well, I mean,
do not swallow it.
My fingers when I put it on. I put it on my hair. Roy puts it on his hair. I put it on other parts of me.
It will make your whole body smooth as a baby.
That's right. You got to use this. I don't recommend you get it in the 50-pound bag like I do. But this is the best stuff on earth. Get it today. All right, Roy, how do we stay healthy? First, let me tell you. Let me set you up on something. Okay. USA Today. This was in there. A little extra weight may not help you live longer after all.
That took a big study there, didn't it? It was a waste of money.
They're so far behind. They'll do anything for get an article. It's interesting. A while ago, you was pointing out how many people are living over 100 now. And I used to tell people even 20 years ago, I'm going for 120, hang around and see if I make it. It is going to happen. We're on the verge. If they would let us do what we're capable of doing with nutrition, and let us really tell you what we are capable of doing and what has happened and is happening in this industry, everybody could live close to 100 years without disease. I am not kidding you. But the pharmaceutical industry has got it so locked down that if you're not doing it with drugs, you're not going to do it any other way. Let me ask y'all a question. How many people do you know that's sick? How many people do you know that's taking drugs? How many people do you know that every time you see them, they're telling you about going to the doctor's office again? Let me tell you what's happening, folks. They have trapped you into believing that you've got to have them to survive when almost right the opposite is true. Go to nutritionalhc.com and watch the video, The Truth About Cholesterol. Holy smoke. That's just one example of what lies they're putting out there. And we're so gullible, we believe that they're telling us the truth, that we go on and do what they tell us to do. And they're destroying people's lives left and right. And if you do what they tell you to do, you're going to live the average lifespan that a medical doctor lives, and that's 56. That's just nuts when you've got people out there like myself who can teach you how to be healthy at a cellular level and live to your genetic potential without disease. Now, I ain't making any claims that our products do miracles. Your body does the miracle. God does the miracle. God made your body. It knows how to heal. It will heal provided you give it the raw material that you need. So I'm going to ask you a question this morning. Would you like to know that you had, according to your age, 5 more years, 10 more years, 15 more years, 20 more years of not just life, but high quality of life where you can get out and enjoy the creeks and speaking of creeks, nature and have fun and not ache and hurt. You can do that. I mean, there's somebody in this place right now that's living proof that it can happen.
People don't think about it until they're already old and hurting and aching and on all these medications.
Well, and they're on these medications. Did you know that the average person 50 years old in America today is on 3 or more medications? By the time they're 60, it's 8 or more. Y'all, you're not going to live genetic potential taking drugs. No cell in your body is dependent on pharmaceutical drugs for survival. But every cell in your body's got to have proper nutrition, and that's what we're all about. So I'm going to challenge you today. Come see us. My information don't cost you anything. I'll sit down with you and I will start the process with you and show you how to get the most out of the rest of your life without being dependent on drugs. I promise you we can do it. And I'm going to tell you what else will happen. The proof will come from your own medical doctor. When you go to your doctor, virtually everybody who comes to us and does what we tell them to do are getting better medical reports every time they go back. All their numbers are better. when you get your blood work done, I'll tell you exactly what specific things you need to know from your blood work, because the doctors won't do like CRP test unless you tell them to. They may not check your vitamin D levels, your B12 levels. By the way, we do the B12 shots every Wednesday and Thursday. Listen, we can meet those needs that your body has to have that you're not getting from your food, and you can have the kind of life, and I'm just going to tell you the life I have. It is incredible what I'm capable of doing at 60, about to be 62, by the way, in a little over a month. And
Man, you're old.
I know, but I'm young at heart, and I'm young in
You're just old, man.
How many times do doctors or the anesthesiologist come in and say, Mr. Cooper, are you sure you're not on any medications? How many times were you asked by a nurse, you don't take anything? No, nothing. No medications. None.
And I ain't even 62.
I upped my life
I'm
insurance.
63.
I upped my life insurance, and the nurse that comes around and checks you and everything.
Give me a list of your meds.
Yeah, and I said, I don't take any. And she says, what
That's
are you
unheard
talking
of.
about? Yeah, she says, you're kidding me. I said, I'm 61 years old. I do not take medications. I don't even take an aspirin. You know, that's the way everybody's taking aspirin. What? Vitamin D will do the same thing with none of the negative side effects. Are you crazy?
If I got a headache, I'm taking me an Advil or an Aleve. I ain't gonna be that straight. Hey, I ain't dying of pain. Anyway, y'all go see Roy down
You
there.
hardly ever have it.
See Abby, Molly, the whole bunch down the way. Congratulations on having a great first Monday.
It was
Yes.
the best ever. Thank y'all, all of you, for showing up and all of you for supporting us. God bless all of you.
Good to go, Roy. Y'all want to buy a piece of property on the creek? Call Roy. We'll
got
come
it.
back. I'm going to visit Carlos in the kitchen. Gloria's got a special guest to talk about something. We'll hear about Dee's trip to Augusta.
Fundraiser.
Didn't go very good, but he's down there for the rain. But we'll talk about it. Y'all hang on. Up here we're cooking Carlos, but the thing about it is we just got through talking to Roy about all the healthy stuff, and here you are with refried, it looks like a Mexican fiesta for breakfast.
This is all healthy for you.
What?
Every bit of it's healthy for you.
What?
Okay, let me explain to you.
What?
Let me explain to you, sir.
Yeah, do it.
It's healthy if you don't put it in your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what I'm just saying, okay?
What exactly are
What
you
this
talking?
is, this is what was on one of the items that was on my parents' menu in the restaurant. It's a Mexican sandwich. It's actually layers of tortilla, okay? There's one layer of rice, one layer of beans, and then on the top it's covered with pork stew, and it comes out. This is the size what they used to sell, okay?
Yeah.
That's one person. This is what is today's. It's the mini version. Plate's hot, just come out of the oven, okay?
About how many calories is that?
Oh, I lost count.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter.
Seriously, come
You'll
on.
come in somebody's house and cook every bit of this up.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it. I just did one last Saturday with 5 women. Oh, my gosh. And it was awesome. They loved it. We had a good time.
And what do you call it, your business?
This is Fiesta Express, the Fiesta Express.
There it is right there.
Yeah,
Cooking Carlos.
931.
All right, we'll come back and chat with Carlos in just a moment. First, let's go over on. Y'all want me to serve y'all while y'all are seated over there, or y'all
No,
want to
I
get
think
through this without eating?
we'll pass on that. Since he lost count of the calories, we're kind of thinking, okay, we're good over here. Every now and then you have to splurge. All right, Miss Kristy is with me this morning. We have a fundraiser that they have coming up. Kristy, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell me about the fundraiser first, and then we'll show a few of the items that you have this morning.
Okay, it is it's Baby Jake's Buddies, which is a local family team, and we're raising money for the March of Dimes.
And you're talking about preemies.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
And it's near and dear because I have a son that was a preemie. And so what we're doing is we're going to have live music and silent auction, and we have a lot of vendors, local people from the area, and they're going to come with their direct sales, and we're just trying to raise money and donate so that they can raise money and
take care of this,
Yes.
because it's a big cost, and it's more, you hear more and more of people having their babies earlier and earlier, and they're
Yes.
so tiny, and it's so important. All right, tell me when it's going to be.
It is this Saturday, April 8th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Where will that take place?
It is at Swan Creek Park next to Athens High School.
So come on out, bring the whole family, bring the kids. There's going to be lots of fun things to do.
Yes.
Now, your son was born how early?
He was, I was 31 weeks.
31 weeks, and he weighed what?
He weighed 2 pounds, 5 ounces.
Now, hold up that diaper.
It is
Yes,
Yes.
this is the diaper that her child was in, and the diaper was actually too large. So when I just can't imagine, we see photos on Facebook, and there's actually Facebook pages that you can go to as well.
Yes.
So do that, and hold up the other outfit. I mean, when you actually see this and you're holding a baby that literally just fits in your hand, and the men are the size of a football, basically, the length of a football.
He was 14 inches.
14 inches, wow. So it takes time. There's a lot of stays in the hospital. There's a lot of ways that they provide you to stay in the hospital with your baby or come visit and hang out, and that's important to bond with the baby at such an early age, too.
It really is.
So how long was it before you were able to hold your child?
Honestly, I was on medication, so I don't really remember completely. I think it was two or 3 days before
so
I
you
was
did
able to
get
hold
to-
him. My husband was able to hold him first.
Okay.
So I had to wait until I was able to actually be coherent.
And you said, well, I understand, you said at 9 months, then he finally went out of newborn clothing.
Yes, he was 9 months before we ever put anything bigger than newborn on him.
Okay. So it's so important. If you're looking for a fundraiser, March of Dimes, that is what you can do to help with that. And again, what's the Facebook page?
I think it's Baby Jake's Buddies.
Baby Jake's Buddies.
Yeah, or there's a fundraiser event page on there as well.
And that's this Saturday. Don't forget that. And also, Roy, before he left, he had to tell you about Thieves Soap. This is for all you hunters out there. If you're out in the woods, want to keep chiggers off, ticks, any kind of bugs, they have that available yes, it helps. They have all of this available at Herbs and More at well. And remember, B12 shots today and tomorrow from 11 to 5. Now, go ahead and eat, Jamie.
Hey, refried bean stuff is absolutely delicious that Cooking Carlos has got this morning. Again, how does your business work?
What I do is I sit down with the people that are interested, and we go through several different menus, whether they want to go separate or a group. We sit down and pretty much put a menu together. I come to their place, take control of your kitchen, clean it up after, and I may even sing a couple songs too, Jimmy.
All right, so it's kind of a little bit of everything going on
absolutely.
there. All right.
Absolutely.
Again, y'all did a super job. The choir did that at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church this
it
past.
was beautiful,
It was
brother.
full up there too. It looked like
86 people, brother.
that's a lot of folks.
We was
singing.
tapped out.
Man, good. Cooking Carlos, y'all need him. I've got the number up on the screen. As we'll go over to Dee and Gloria, and I'll make my way over there. If y'all need Carlos to come and cook for you, he cleans up too.
Yep, very well.
Very well. There it is right there. Cooking Carlos, Fiesta Express.
Yes.
Y'all give him a call.
Come on.
All right. Dee, you were in Augusta.
I went to the Masters
He
finally.
did.
You know, it's hard to get in down there.
It's
After
always.
10 or 12 years of entering the lottery for tickets, I finally got the email that, hey,
How
I got
excited
in.
were you?
Yeah, I was really, really excited. Got 4 tickets
Literally.
for Monday's practice round.
Now, do they still not allow cell phones?
No.
Oh, get this.
Not only do they, we were watching TV the morning before we were going to the course because I kept thinking maybe I can sneak mine in or whatever.
You and everybody else thinks
And they
that.
said, no, like they'll escort you off the grounds. If they
They'll
think-
blackball
You have
you.
to Bob Labby, don't you?
What's that?
Bobby had
what
some
is-
tickets. I'll make this real quick.
Yes.
He's like you, tried to get in there.
Yeah.
Some friends of his. It says no cell phones.
Right.
So one of the guys with him takes his cell phone, gets over by, I think there's a row of payphones.
There is. Yeah, I've got a
Stands
picture
over
of it.
there on his cell phone. They escort him off. He has to stay out by the car till Bobby and him come back, and then they got blacklisted from getting tickets there.
That's exactly right. If
Tickets
some-
were in his name, and
Yep.
his buddy messed up.
Now you got some photographs from down there.
I do. Just run a few of them. It was just, some places that it's on your bucket list, you don't think will ever live up to the height. This place actually did.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It was almost too perfect.
Yeah. Brad, do we have any photos?
That it was almost too perfect that everything was just pristine. It was almost, if you've ever been to Disney World and you think everything is perfect, well, it's that way at Augusta, except at Augusta, it's all real.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's what you can do when you have an unlimited
What was the
budget.
biggest shocker for you, or something that you really didn't think happened there, or what was the biggest
How nice
event for
everybody
you?
was. If
Really?
you've ever been to Chick-fil-A and you think their people are nice, they could take lessons from Augusta. From the
Okay.
time we started walking up from the parking lot, from the time we got out of our car, everybody we saw that worked there said, "Good morning, welcome to Augusta. We hope you enjoy your day."
What about the
their,
food
of course,
prices?
this is their Super Bowl.
It is, but here's what's interesting. You can go to modernsouthernGentleman.com/themasters and hear an interview I did last year with a guy who worked at Augusta. He's actually over there working right now. And I told him, I said, the thing that amazed me is the course doesn't feel, it feels like it could be a members course because it's an older course and everything's really intimate and whatever. And he said that's the way they think about it. The members there could care less that their golf course is on TV.
Really?
They really don't care.
Really?
Yeah, they don't care at
I
all.
heard food prices were very reasonable.
Yeah.
I got a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a glass of tea. It was $4.50.
That's unbelievable.
That
That's
is.
the total?
That was total.
You can go to a
$4.50.
ball game and it's like $10 for a drink.
Yeah, it's $4 for a bottle of water or
Yes.
whatever.
Were you able to buy anything in the gift approach?
No, we got, there were some really bad thunderstorms coming in, and so as soon as they announced, they blew the horn that you had to get off, we were at a really low part of the course, and by the time we got there, they were closing all of it. But a buddy of mine is actually going over there today, and I gave him some money to maybe pick me up something. It was worth every bit of it. It was worth the expense. It was worth the drive. It was worth everything.
Did you see any of the golfers?
Yeah, I saw Dustin Johnson, who's #1 in the world. Just crazy. They do this thing on 16 where they try to skip the golf ball across, and we watched them do that. But
Now,
I mean,
today when they bring their kids?
Yeah, for the par 3.
Yeah.
That happens today. The champions dinners tonight, where the last year's champion gets to feed everybody. Here's a little known fact about that: that champion has to pay that bill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He feeds all the other golfers and their
No,
caddies?
feeds all the former winners.
Oh, the former
and so
winners,
everybody
okay.
who won gets to come on. And
Now, when Bubba won it years ago, what did he
Put a
have? Did he
nice
have some
owner.
redneck course?
oh, he was just, it was like fried chicken
Yeah.
and just fried catfish and just whatever. 'Cause they get to
he
pick.
lost 20 pounds, too. Said he gave up fried foods and sugar.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba wasn't that fat anyway. I
know,
mean,
but
good
still.
grief. He didn't have a whole lot to give
There's an
up.
article
so-
in USA Today this morning
Being
that's talking
healthy.
about Roy McIlroy.
Yeah.
Would you play golf with Donald Trump again? And he says probably not because of the backlash I took.
Backlash.
There it is right there. What is surprising me about this, you're playing golf with the President of the United States. It's
Yeah.
an honor.
Yeah.
And yet you've got to be criticized for actually being seen with a man on a golf course who he
It's out of
owns
control
several across
now.
the world.
You know, that's an interesting part. The interesting part that I love about Augusta is they're unabashed about their rules. They don't back
They don't
down
care
from them,
what
so
you
you can
say.
make fun of them. Like, there were people actually smoking a cigar on the course. You can't have a
Remember
cell
when the
phone, but you
women-
can smoke a cigar.
When the women happened a couple of years ago, and they said, "I don't care if you pull it off TV or not."
Yeah.
We ain't changing our
they
rules.
actually did an entire. They televised that year with no sponsors
Right.
whatsoever. Not a single commercial, because they can afford to do it. The level of wealth. If you ever want to see true wealth, go to Augusta National.
Talking about the respect level, how out of control it is. Even though we were not Obama fans. And there was an article talking about if he came to your town, you're like,
Yeah.
well, if he comes here, let him stay with us.
Well,
He
he
is the
can stay with us. He
president.
is the president.
I mean, he is the
Exactly.
president, like
It's the
him or
respect of
not.
the
It's a
office.
Why
title.
don't the
yeah.
liberal media get that? Trump ain't that bad of a person. He won fair and square.
You may not like anything everybody does, but I mean, he is the president.
I'm just waiting for the evidence of how the Russians impacted the election. If they can show me evidence of what they actually did, then I'll
Are there
listen.
not more important things for them to do in Washington?
Now
other than worry
Hillary,
about
but
the
anyway, let's
past?
talk more about Augusta.
Gosh.
Starts tomorrow. What's it going to be broadcast on?
CBS. It'll start
It'll be on
tomorrow, probably
CBS
on
tomorrow.
ESPN and TBS, and then CBS will pick it up over the weekend. TV cameras can't do the place justice. I didn't think that was no.
And it's beautiful. And if you got an HGTV,
Well-
there's no better event on television than the Masters.
Actually, it's the
It's
elevation
gorgeous to
changes
watch.
that TV can't pick
can
up on,
touch.
because it's like number 10 from tee to green is a drop of probably
I saw
100
Pebble
feet.
Beach Saturday. I'm watching this. If y'all ever get a chance on the Smithsonian Channel, they do this Aerial America.
Okay.
You ever seen it?
Uh-uh.
It's beautiful.
And everything's taken with an aerial shot. And they did California. And they showed Pebble Beach,
Oh yeah,
which is a public course. I don't
Yeah.
play golf. I love to watch it. It was unbelievable.
yeah. $600 you can play.
Yeah, they said it was kind of expensive.
Yeah,
Look,
$600 and you have to be staying at the lodge.
I was going to say, look Dee up on
Still
Instagram,
public.
Yeah.
Facebook. You can see photos, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, there it is
all
right
modern.
there.
Southern.
Modern
What else
Georgia.
you working on?
Still working on the new book, writing it, and it's a novel. Actually writing a piece of fiction, and it's hard work. It's weird. I don't have a name for it yet, and I've got 6 chapters of it written.
Really?
Yeah.
And
No
name.
ideas?
I've
What
got
about
a few ideas,
Cooking
but
Carlos.
I think that's a great name.
Yeah, perfect name
Would
for it.
Carlos give me permission to use his name is the question.
Hey.
With
let me tell
residuals,
y'all,
anything's
special
possible.
program tomorrow. We have the boot scooters from Morgan County going to be up
The
here.
what?
Boot scooters.
Charles
What's
Wing
that?
and his wife Betty.
They line dance for
They're like
the
80
nursing
years
homes
old.
and assisted
Really?
living
Teach,
homes.
you ever see
Yes.
them, Don?
Awesome.
They go to area nursing homes and
Yes.
they teach people line dancing.
That's awesome.
There's like
Yes.
50 of them, but only about 10 of them are going to
Well,
make
6
it
of
tomorrow.
them will be with us tomorrow
They're up
morning.
here. They're going
It's
to be
too early
boot
for
Clear
them.
a spot
all
out
across
here.
this place out
Yes.
here tomorrow.
Jamie's going to
Camera's
even
way
dance.
back.
Y'all be sure. Yeah, I ain't gonna be doing no kind of dancing, but they'll be up here tomorrow. Boot scooting. And we'll get Dusty to join them.
Dusty will do it.
So they'll be
See
boot
that.
scooting
Yeah.
across here tomorrow. Y'all be weather aware
Yes,
today,
stay
okay?
safe.
Be safe.
And we'll take a break. See y'all with the boot scooters on Thursday.
Bye-bye.